Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning.
Mesdames et messieurs, gros escombri pété entre président américain Donald Trump et Volodymyr Zelensky. Volodymyr Zelensky qui allait dans les États-Unis dans une rencontre qui a supposé consolider le lien qui gagnait entre deux administrations. Mais malheureusement, contrairement avec ça, un pays moun pensait qu'il doit le passer, rencontre ça li viré en fiasco et m'bral montrer pour qui ça. Qui bord Donald Trump péché, qui bord Zelensky péché, comment ça t'est, on a regardé ensemble. Mesdames et messieurs, rencontre ça a commencé lorsque le président américain Donald Trump l'État recevoir président ukrainien Volodymyr Zelensky. Donald Trump fait un geste diplomatique qui est très important parce qu'il te pensé, il va signer un accord côté président américain a bien accès pour lui creuser terrain dans le pays Ukraine. Mais malheureusement, dossier ça, il viré tête en bas dans Donald Trump. Donald Trump, en tant que bon négociateur, il a commencé la rencontre là, pendant qu'il a remercié le président ukrainien Volodymyr Zelensky pour visiter dans le pays des États-Unis.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to have President Zelensky of Ukraine. And we've been working very hard, very close. So we've actually known each other for a long time. We've been dealing with each other for a long time and very well. We had a little negotiation spat, but that worked out great. I think for both countries, I think for the world, actually, beyond both countries. And we have something that is a very fair deal. And we look forward to getting in and digging and working and getting some of the rare earth. But it means we're going to be inside, and it's a big commitment from the United States, and we appreciate working with you very much. And we will continue to do that. We have had some very good discussions with Russia. I spoke with President Putin, and we're going to try and bring this to a close. It's something that you want and that he wants. We have to negotiate a deal, but we've started the confines of a deal, and I think something can happen. The big thing is the number of soldiers, mostly at this point, but soldiers being killed. You're losing thousands of soldiers. On both sides, we're losing a lot of soldiers, and we want to see it stop, and we want to see the money get put to different kinds of use, like rebuilding, and we're going to be working very hard, but we've had a lot of very good conversations. I will say until we came along, the Biden administration didn't speak to Russia whatsoever. They didn't speak to anybody. They just allowed this to continue. And I will say that, I'll say in front of you, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, if I were president, this war would have never happened. We would have had a deal negotiated for you without having to go through what you've gone through. But your soldiers have been unbelievably brave. We've given them great equipment, but somebody has to use the equipment. They've been unbelievably brave, and we give them great credit. This was supposed to be over very quickly, and here we are 3 years later. So I give tremendous credit to your generals and your soldiers and yourself in the sense that it's been very hard fighting, very tough fighting. They're great fighters, and you have to be very proud of them from that standpoint. But now we want to get it over with. It's enough, right? We want to get it over with. So it's an honor to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. We're going to sign the agreement at the conference in the East Room in a little while, right after lunch. And we'll be having lunch together. We're also discussing some other things. And we appreciate everybody being here. It's somewhat of an exciting moment, but the really exciting moment is when they stop the shooting and we end up with a deal. And I think we're fairly close to getting that. And an honor to have you.
Donald Trump te dit que il très content visite Volodymyr Zelensky et il très pressé pour commencer creuser dans le pays Ukraine pour être capable d'extraire terrain que l'économie américaine a besoin pour fonctionner. Donald Trump t'a également parlé de liberté d'expression dans le pays États-Unis. Il a senti qu'il menacé et qu'il pas remis s'arriver Jean Saillé dans le pays britannique.
Well, we actually spoke to him about that yesterday, and we thought they took it very, very much too far. JD was very strong on it. So was I. So was Marco, and we've been speaking to him about it. Marco, would you like to say something about that?
We have concerns, obviously, with the conduct of those, particularly as it impacts Americans. And there's real concern that American speech, which is online, could fall into the hands of the British or any country's jurisdiction. And so this is a point the Vice President made in Munich, and I think it's a very compelling one that what unites us with Europe, as much as anything else, is these shared values, and one of them being free speech. And so if Americans are threatened by it, we're going to need to take action in that regard.
Mais bagay la va commencer et dégringoler dans le président Volodymyr Zelensky, c'est lorsque monsieur a fait connaître, eh bien il a pas intention signer accord ça. Et échange entre deux messieurs ça yo, t'as parti en catastrophe.
Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we
coming
are
out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me.
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over.
Président américain Donald Trump te fait connaître également l'espérer que le monde va songer lui-même en tant que un monde qui c'est artisan de la paix. Parce que rêve li, c'est mettre la paix et éviter un bain de sang en Ukraine et éviter plus soldats russes et plus soldats perdre la vie.
I hope I'm going to be remembered as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing if we could do this. I'm doing this to save lives more than anything else. Second is to save a lot of money, but I consider that to be far less important. So I hope I'm going to thank you, Brian, for that question. It was a nice question. I hope I'll be known and recognized as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing to solve. This is a very dangerous situation. You know, this could lead to a third world war. This was headed in the wrong direction. If this election were lost, if we didn't win this election, and by the way, we won it by a lot. That was a mandate. We won every swing state. We won the popular vote by millions and millions of votes. We won everything. The districts, you look at the areas of red, take a look at a map. This was a big mandate, and this was one of the things. I said, we're going to get this thing settled. If we didn't win, I think this could have very well ended up in a...
Volodymyr Zelensky, bon côté parle, eh bien, il veut qu'on ait besoin de la paix. Mais il n'a pas besoin de la paix à n'importe comment. Il a besoin de la paix avec une garantie de sécurité. Il a besoin de la paix, une paix, côté les États-Unis a engagé dans la paix ça et laisse Ukraine lui-même l'absien pour les États-Unis qui va prendre terreur les gains. Et non, échange ça, vice-président américain n'a parlé de Vance, et bien il était venu pour le poser Zelensky en question. Est-ce que vous pensez au même Zelensky, ou qu'a venu dans le pays les États-Unis d'Amérique, pour venir manquer des gars avec le peuple américain, pour venir manquer des gars avec l'administration américaine? Non. Vance te demandé Zelensky au moins, ou t'as remercié nous, pour aide peuple américain, pour aide nous-mêmes. Les États-Unis d'Amérique nous voyez baou.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems? bringing people into your military?
we have
And do you think that it's
I will
respectful
answer.
to come to the Oval Office
I
of the
will
United
answer.
States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't know
God
that.
bless. You
Don't-
will not
you
have
gotta-
a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
I'm not
You're in
dictating.
no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influenced.
We're going to feel very good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was
have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start
I'm
having
not playing
cards.
cards.
But right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War
What you-
III.
what you
You're
thinking about?
gambling with
What are you
World
thinking
War
about?
III. And
You-
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm-
That's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of
I'm
appreciation for
what-
the United States
what
of
you're speaking
America
about.
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Donald Trump te fait Zelensky comprendre. Ou pas de moyen dans monde pour discuter avec nous. Ou pas de moyen dans monde pour forcer Poutine à accepter la paix au vlia. Les mandé Zelensky qui carte ou gen main. Et Zelensky répond depuis guerre ça a commencé n'a bataille. Depuis guerre ça a commencé n'a goumen en tant que 20 soldats. Mais Donald Trump déclaré nous dépensons environ de 350 milliards de dollars dans la guerre ça. Eh bien, les guerres ça m'a dit pour le suspendre. Suspendre pour permettre que ensemble de l'argent qu'a investi yo investi dans l'autre bagaille. Au lieu pour y investi dans détruire la vie monde. Mais selon déclaration de Donald Trump, il déclaré Zelensky n'est pas prêt pour la paix. Trump déclaré Zelensky capable de retourner dans le pays États-Unis. N'importe quel sent-il prêt pour le sien. Mais pour qu'on y a là, il n'a pas senti que Zelensky peut pour la paix. Mais déclaration de Donald Trump là. Nous avons une réunion très significative à la Maison Blanche aujourd'hui. Nous avons appris beaucoup de choses qui n'auraient jamais pu être comprises sans une conversation sous une telle pression. J'ai demandé que le président Zelensky, j'ai déterminé que le président Zelensky n'est pas prêt pour la paix. Si l'Amérique est impliquée parce qu'il pense que notre implication lui donne un grand avantage dans la négociation, je ne veux pas d'avantage. Je veux la paix. Il a manqué de respect aux États-Unis d'Amérique dans leur chef bureau ovale. Il pourra revenir quand il sera prêt. Cette déclaration de Donald Trump sous réseau social. Mais ça va finir. Elon Musk, qui s'est amis Donald Trump, a déclaré Zelensky détruit dans yeux peuple américain. Elon Musk fait déclaration ça après violente discussion qui était gagnée entre Volodymyr Zelensky et président américain Donald Trump. Mais pour l'ancien président la Russie, Dimitri Medvedev, il déclaré Zelensky recevoir une réprimande brutale dans le bureau ovale là. Trump dit que l'on vérité en face. Ils sont cochons, ils sont ingrats, et ils étaient supposés recevoir un gifle dans mes propriétaires Maison Blanche là. Ces déclarations et ancien président et la Russie Dimitri Medvedev. Mais pour bon côté parle, département d'État américain, il a déjà mis fin avec une initiative USAID qui était gagné comme objectif pour restaurer réseau électrique qui était gagné dans le pays Ukraine. Mais ça m'a bagala grave pour Ukraine, bagala partie tête en bas dans Ukraine. Mais ça pas fini. Lindsey Graham, qui c'est sénateur américain, Le fait qu'on est, mesdames et messieurs, jodi a été discuté avec Zelensky. Mais malheureusement, Zelensky n'a pas respecté le peuple américain. Il dit, si Zelensky doit démissionner, ou bien il doit voyer un autre monde qui est capable de discuter avec les États-Unis d'Amérique, la partie tête chargée, mesdames et messieurs, entre Zelensky et soutien américain.
I think complete, utter disaster. I've been to Ukraine 8 or 9 times since the war started. I understand the consequences of Putin's actions against Ukraine. I appreciate what the Ukrainian people have done. They fought like tigers. At the end of the day, I was hoping that this minerals deal, which would be transformative in the relationship, would go over well. I talked to Zelensky this morning. Don't take the bait. President Trump was in a very good mood last night. Somebody asked me, am I embarrassed about Trump? I have never been more proud of the president. I was very proud of J.D. Vance, standing up for our country. We want to be helpful. What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again. I think most Americans saw a guy that they would not want to go in business with. The way he handled the meeting, the way he confronted the president was just over the top. So I think the relationship between Ukraine and America is important, vitally important. But can Zelensky do a deal with the United States? After what I saw,
Et beaucoup de parlent, porte-parole et ministère Affaires étrangères là aussi, Maria Zakharova. L'idée carrée. Le fait que Trump Evans soit retenu et n'ait pas sali cette racaille relève de miracle et de l'endurance. Donc si Mounsa yo pas bay Zelensky on calotte dans Maison Blanche là, c'est parce que Mounsa a patience. Et pour Premier ministre la Hongrie, là, n'a parlé de Viktor Orban. Viktor Orban déclaré, les hommes forts font la paix, mais les hommes faibles font la guerre. Et Trump la défend une cause qui est juste, la défend la paix. Mesdames et messieurs, la virée tête en bas. Et Donald Trump, après rencontre ça avec Zelensky, lui déclaré, il doit dire, je veux la paix. Au lieu pour Zelensky, après de dire le besoin de la guerre, il doit dire, il besoin la paix.
He's got to say, I want to make peace. He doesn't have to stand there and say about Putin this, Putin that, and all negative things. He's got to say, I want to make peace. I don't want to fight a war any longer. His people are dying. He doesn't have the cards, just so you understand it, okay?
Et il dit, bon, l'autre côté encore, Zelensky, c'est très exagéré. Il est très exagéré dans la déclaration. Zelensky voulait continuer bataille, mais nous-mêmes, nous voulons mettre fin avec toute guerre qui gagne.
We had a meeting today, as you know, with President Zelensky, and I would say it didn't work out exactly great from his standpoint. I think he very much overplayed his hand. We're looking for peace. We're not looking for somebody that's going to sign up a strong power and then not make peace because they feel emboldened, and that's what I saw happening. I'm looking for peace. We're not looking to go into a 10-year war and play games. We want peace. And it was just my impression that if we do that, if we sign up, he's looking for something that I'm not looking for. He's looking to go on and fight. We're looking to end the death. 2,000 people died this week. Soldiers, more than that, but 2,000 approximately people died this week. Young Ukrainians and Russians. And somebody would say, why do you care about Ukraine and Russian soldiers? I care about them. I care about everybody. And we're not doing that. Now, if we don't do anything, he's going to have to make peace, but he's dealing with a very weak set of cards. If we sign, he's dealing with a very strong set of cards, and then he doesn't want to make peace. So that's where we are. It's very simple. I'm not looking to get into anything protracted. I want immediate peace. President Putin is going to want to make, and he wants to end it. And you saw what I saw today. This is a man that wants to get us signed up and keep fighting, and we're not doing that. Not for this country.
Et dernière parole, dernier coup pour trouver coucou, yo demandé Zelensky, est-ce qu'elle pensait qu'il t'a supposé demander Donald Trump pardon? Ou attendez, Zelensky déclaré, il va faire un qui mal pour lui demander pardon. C'est discuter, c'est intérêt pays la défendre, il pas gagné pour le demander Donald Trump pardon. Mesdames et messieurs, mais comment négociation virée tête en bas entre président américain Donald Trump et président ukrainien Volodymyr Zelensky. Pas oublier sur remettre travail à faire. Make you like. Partagez vidéo ça dans plusieurs groupes. Quittez un commentaire pour nous et surtout faites qu'on est dans qui pays dans qui ville ou pas assister vidéo ça. Nous même nous mettez 20 envoyez nous et d'abord rendez-vous dans l'autre vidéo. Ciao ciao.